When working in the back office area, oftentimes there's a need to filter the information that we're working with, whether we're looking at a list of auctions or a list of items or customers or invoices or anything. Oftentimes we're working with quite a bit of data. And you'll notice up at the top of the screen, there's typically a search box similar to this one, where you can find, for example, the title of an auction. Next to that search box, however, there's an important feature called the advanced search. And if you open the advanced search, there are a number of different fields that you can use to filter the information and find exactly the data that you're looking for. In this case, when looking at a list of auctions, there is the option to summarize the results. So if you want to summarize it by day, week, month, or quarter, simply select that. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that so that you can see how it looks. And if you're going to do summary information, then you have to provide a date for the auction. So we'll just go ahead and select these 2 months here, current and previous. Obviously, you can do include title, auction IDs. The editable auction ID is a number that you actually put into when you're editing or creating an auction. It's an ID that you assign manually. So if you search by that, by item number, range, location, category, and if you had multiple categories available down below, then those would all appear here. In this case, there just happens to be the one category. You can search for auctions that are on behalf of certain consignors. And then down below here, where you have the check marks, you'll see auction status, whether they're pending, approved. This has to do with invoice items. So if a consignor has required post-sale approval, then these options will allow you to find auctions where there are items that are pending approval, items that have been approved, where they have items that have been disapproved, and counteroffers accepted. Some of these may not be applicable if you're not using that particular consignor feature. These other checkboxes over here on the right-hand side allow you to find auctions that are live, meaning that they've been published. They're available on the front end of the website. Auctions that have closed, but they're not completed, meaning that they haven't been archived by you. This is not a very common option. A lot of people don't even archive their auctions or mark them as completed. If there are temporary items, meaning items that are in the review phase but have not yet made it into the catalog, then you can find auctions where that's the case. In this case, I'm not going to select any of those. I'm just going to leave the basics and press the button that says Get Report. Now you see the summary information right here, number of items, how many are sold, how many are not sold, and the total of the high bids and the maximum of the proxy bids. And then down below you see the auctions themselves, the events that were filtered during this date range. So let's take a look at some other advanced search features. So I'm going to go ahead and press the auction list button up here to go back to the main admin menu. And then I want to show you the advanced search for an auction item list. So I'm going over here, clicked on the gear icon next to one of the auctions, and then I'm going to select the item list. From here, same thing. There I can search by lot, title, and description up above, or I can press the advanced search. And this allows me again to filter by lot, title, and description, by category, by category-specific fields. So if you're using things like VIN number, like if you're trying to find year, make, model, if you're using category-specific fields, then you can filter the items based upon those fields. The location ID, lot number range, over here, specific lot number, so you can isolate it, either provide just a single lot number or create a list of them separated by commas. You can find items that belong to specific consignors, that are located in, and those that are in certain locations. Down below, there are check marks that you can filter even further. These are items that are perhaps that have title documents, items that are featured. Ignore that. We have items that have been picked up. So of course you can track whether items have been picked up, and you can also track whether entire invoices have been picked up. You can do it at either level. In this case, you can find items that have been picked up or those that have not yet been picked up, meaning that they have not been marked as having been picked up. And so if there are items that have not yet made it onto an invoice for whatever reason, then you can find those items here. The reasons include post-sale approval requirements for consignors. That's probably the most common reason why an item wouldn't be on an invoice. If you're keeping track of shipping, then you can filter items based upon the status, whether they're shipped or not shipped. All right, so we'll close that one out. Let's go back to the main admin menu here, and let's take a look at the advanced filter for customers. So the basic filter lets you find by email, username, or their name, which is the most common way to find them. But the advanced search will allow you to specify, for example, you want only those users who have participated in these recent auctions or all auctions, or however you can filter the list of users based upon the auctions they participate in. And then you have below that, you can specify a date range for when they signed up, and when they last logged in. So, for example, I might want to grab everybody who logged in the last week. Let's just say something like this. All right. I can filter based upon their full name, or their first name, their last name, their username, company name, location, and then these other check boxes down below here. We'll go over them one by one. You can filter based upon whether or not these are blacklisted users. So if you have banned any users from your website, then you can blacklist them here. If you have allowed certain customers to participate, to bid without having to have a valid credit card profile on file, then that's an option to find those users. If you're looking for users who do not currently have a valid credit card on file, you can filter based upon that here. The reseller certificate, if they have a reseller certificate that is in fine condition, then it's a current, or you can find those that have expired reseller certificates. And if you're using dealer certificates, same thing, current and expired. So you can find those users based upon these various search criteria. Let's go ahead and take a look at the classifieds list here. Same thing, you can find by title, open up, perform advanced search, and it gives you just a handful of search options here. Same as before with the auctions, where you have the date range, title, the various IDs, and item ranges, location, and whether or not it's active, published to the home page, as well as category. We'll go ahead and scroll down here to other users. These are your administrative users. So it's easy to search by their name, email, username. And then there's the advanced search, same as it is basically for your customers, where you can find by when they last logged in, or whether or not they've been blacklisted, or what their username is. Consignors. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. You can find them by their location information and their name, or their company name, or their consignor ID number. The advanced search lets you search by first name, last name, company name, ID number. So these are the same as the basic search at the top here, email address as well. And then you have location information here, city, state, zip code, and county information. So if you want to find users from specific counties or zip codes, you can do that here. Or these are consignors, by the way. And then if you have contracts, standing contracts with them that have expiration dates, you can find consignors by expiration date as well. And that is it as far as the advanced search filters go. Anytime that you see one of these things up at the top where there's a search box and then a link that says advanced search, then that will be a helpful tool for you to find the data that you're looking for in the lists below. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching.